So, do you think Nigeria good days are behind or ahead of us?
First of all, if you asked me this question maybe last few years, I would say ahead.
That's right.
But
So what has changed?
with the situation of things now, I'll say maybe behind, because the way the things are now, it's not really encouraging to say that it's ahead.
Actually, I would say that the best of Nigerian days have gone, but it can still be rectified.
It has gone. Does that mean that there's no hope for us in the future?
Based on what I said earlier, I said it has gone, but it can still be rectified.
That's very deep, and well, I'm optimistic. I will say we have better days ahead, though we've squandered the good days behind.
Better days ahead. We have squandered the good days behind. I seem not to understand. Can you explain?
It's somehow antithetical, but considering the fact that we've had opportunities to better or right our wrongs, that was why I said we've squandered those opportunities. But I don't.
What are these wrongs?
Wrongs, everything. Corruption, corruption in every sector. Talk of hardship. Just name it. Reliance to the West for virtually everything.
Yes, I do believe that Nigeria's better days are ahead. I'm a believer, and I have faith that, of course, God's power is working in His nation. And from what I've learned from other people's philosophies, Jimon, to be precise, he says that after recession comes expansion, after expansion comes recession, and it goes on like that subsequently. And so right now, Nigeria is going through hard times. So I believe that it is just a time for us to work on ourselves and work on how we can be better for our entrepreneurs and young youths out there, for how they can really make something out of themselves, for how they can maximize their capacities and work on themselves. And I believe that expansion will come true. I believe that Nigeria will go into a better economy, and I believe that things will work out.
The answer is yes. The good days stay ahead.
The good days are ahead. Why do you say so?
Because there's nothing like bad days in our record. So far our history is concerned, going to the time of colonialism, all these are according to the wise rules. And after independence, we're actually following their rules. But so far we have education and preparing our knowledge due to the scholars we had in the field. We believe that we can do many things with or without them.
How do you think it can be rectified?
Good leadership.
So you think leadership is the only problem Nigeria has?
I think it should start from there, and the sense of togetherness.
Togetherness in what sense?
We lack togetherness in this country. There is division. There is no love. There is no unity in this country.
So how do you think we can fix this?
We coming together to realize that we should be banded in love. Like we coming together as one. For instance, we have the issue of tribalism. We have the issue of ethnic group. We have the issue of maybe we always try to diversify that. We always try to distinguish each other.
Are you suggesting we should do away with our ethnic identity?
Not really, but I believe that we can work together to achieve a common goal.
Are we supposed to allow ourselves to sink in the problem, or we are supposed to look for the solution?
We are supposed to look for a solution, but we are in a situation whereby it's not everybody's opinion that matters. We will be saying our opinions here, but it cannot get to them for them to implement it.
Do you think the better future we talk about lies in the leaders?
If, so to say, they are the ones that can implement these things. So
you are saying citizens have no role to play?
We have, but it's not all the times that our opinion matters. We can be arguing about stuffs, but doesn't.
You are sharing your opinion. Now, do you think it matters?
Yeah, it matters, but it doesn't mean they are going to change whatever they are doing.
But there are cases, there are situations in Nigeria where, for instance, during the cash crunch, federal government created a policy, and then because of public outcry, they have to remove the policy. They heard people spoke and they heard.
They did that for their own benefits. Or do you want to say when there was no cash? It was not. It's not everybody that had the problem of the cash. It's because of we are like the masses and all.
The number of people have the problem of cash, and when they cried out, government listened.
It took a long time. Like people died actually.
True, people died. End SARS protest was another. At the end of the day, SARS was disbanded.
Yes, but after lives were lost. Obviously, they had to.
So if I get you correctly, you are saying that Nigeria does not have hope. All of us should just live like this, or you should all japa.
It's not everybody that can japa. I did not say Nigeria does.
So what is the hope of those that have not japa if there is no hope in the future?
We should have leaders that our interest is at their hearts, like not the ones that are going there just for power, just for them to be at the title. I'm the president, I'm the governor ish. So that's it.
But then the democratic arrangement of Nigeria is such that it is the followers that determine the leader. We vote them.
No, it is in Nigeria.
Was there election earlier this year?
There was election. Does not mean.
Did President Tinubu elect himself?
No.
How did he get there?
Through election, right? But
who voted him?
Nigerians. But people are regretting it right now.
But my point is, we voted.
Yeah.
That means we have the choice. It's fine. We have the choice to choose who our leaders will be.
Yes.
Right? So if we have the choice to choose
we tried our best to actually bring a new Nigeria. I feel like the youth-ish where we wanted Peter Obi to win. But I feel like people's mentality are like, let's give it a try to somebody that is like, I even heard some conversations that some people were like, let's give it to a Yoruba man, and a Yoruba man has more intellect than just anybody. But now when the man came first, they removed the subsidy, and see the way everybody's complaining that, oh, fuel is expensive, transport fare, things are expensive in the market, and they're kind of regretting the fact that some of them are actually regretting the fact that they voted for Tinubu.
Do we have hope moving forward?
Like I said we have better days ahead. So we have hope. Should everyone be ready to work together?
So how do we get into these better days? What do we do to get into the better days?
The first thing is, I would say, character sanitation. Yes.
So who is going to sanitize the character? Do we do the sanitization ourselves, or somebody or something, or maybe God?
I'll say one for all and all for one, individually and unanimously. Individually, as a person, as an individual, as a human being, you have to be self-conscious of what is going on around you and how do you want to better it. Then it transcends to the family, it transcends to the church, to the community. Then the world will be a better place.
But how do we do this in the face of the numerous crises and self-struggle, personal struggle we have in the country?
I still believe that we have, yes, there are epochs, there are generations, but children get indoctrinated into what obtains previously or in the past. So if the older generations should inculcate right beliefs, right values and ideologies into the upcoming generations, and
do you think we can give what we don't have?
Yes, no one can give what doesn't have.
Do we have the right values in Nigeria?
I cannot say categorically that we don't have right values, but there are times you would just come to conclusion, you might be tempted to come to the conclusion that there are no values, there are no perfect, no good ideologies. But my dear, there are people that are vanguards of good ideologies. And
are these people in Nigeria?
Sure, we have some of them.
Can you give us names?
I don't give names, but it cuts across different religions. The problem is religious leaders, some of them are not portraying what they are saying. So you might say a particular religion, because I don't share the same belief with you, it might even have that value inculcated in him while I don't have it. But because I am blinded by religion, I tend to follow what my religious leader says.
So if I get you right, you are saying even this value we speak of, yes, is not necessarily found in religion?
implicitly it is found, but we don't practice it.
But speaking of recession, this is not the first recession we have. There have always been recessions. So what is the certainty that after this recession there won't be another one?
Well, actually, I can't really say for sure. Certainty, I am not. I just have hope. Actually, I just have hope. It just has to be better.
So, do you think Nigerians should just sit down and have hope? We should just sit down and have hope. Is that how to navigate into the future?
No, don't sit down and have hope. No, you should have hope. Fine, that's faith. You should have faith. Sometimes of things not seen. Fine, you should have faith, but still, we should work it out. We should work it out.
How do we work it out?
Well, in our little corners, we should try to do our best, because we just complain that Nigeria is like this, like that, like this, like that. But I believe that things stem from the unit level to the big level. So in our own unit level, in our own small areas, we should do our best. We should try to be responsible people. We should be responsible, we should be competent enough, and we should just do our best. That's just it. And I believe that God will bless our hustle.
I don't know if you're familiar with the common saying around now that good boy or good girl no they pay. In a country that is this corrupt, like Nigeria, a country like Nigeria that is very corrupt, how do you navigate the country without being corrupt?
Well, corruption. Good boy, good girl. Well, about good boy, good girl, no they pay. I still believe that irrespective of who you are, kind of, well, I don't know. Okay, is it now the corrupt ways that pay? We should just try to just do our best and just do what we do, and eventually.
All right. Okay. So what role do you think religion should or will play in our hope? Or why hoping? What is the role of religion?
Religion. Well, as religious institution, I believe that we should pray. Number one, we should pray. Prayer.
We've been praying in Nigeria.
Yes, and okay, mostly what churches, what mosques, religious institutions in general, what they don't do is that they don't really educate people. They just mostly of religion, Bible.
So you are saying that education, religious reorientation is important.
Yes, orientation is very, very important.
So I'm seeing a phone with you.
Sure.
Can we make that in Nigeria?
That's very simple. I'm a computer scientist, and I have two applications that is working on my phone. One is PenSwatch, this application that work on my phone. Which department supposed to work with, was supposed to help us with phone, and what are those things that they have? We can't say we want to build a mansion without foundation. So the foundation, let's go back to the foundation. If we can build the foundation, I would have reason to lecture.
So in other words, you are saying Nigeria does not have a foundation yet?
We have it. That's why we are all on grant.
But you just talk about building a foundation.
We are talking about a working phone, not a foundation phone. That's I try to separate it.
Can you use a foundation phone?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let's start from this tree of first car that actually work like tortoise.
So you are saying we should start from the scratch?
We are not more starting from the scratch. We are already ahead. We are moving ahead. That's why I tell you I have two applications that is working on my phone. I'm a computer science graduate. So based on my field, I can answer the question.
So you think there is a fundamental operational problem in Nigeria, even though the value or there are values that are stated, we just do not operate these values?
Operationally, it is faulty.
So how do we go from there? A faulty...
The first thing is everyone must come to terms with that. We have a fault.
How do we do that? How do we do that?
I think, see, I don't know how to go about that, but we still need to experience that phase of life that we need to come to realization, like a stream of consciousness, that things are not just right. Then I think other things can come to place.
But amidst all of this crisis, amidst all of these problems, there are people in Nigeria that are still surviving. And when I say survive, I don't mean they are merely surviving, they are thriving.
Yes.
And for these people, maybe they feel Nigeria is at its best at the moment. So how do you convince those people that things are not right?
No. See, it's only there's this adage, but it sounds obscene actually. You keep repeating things and you expect different results. It's wrong. These people that are thriving, that are making it well, it's in a two-way thing. It's either they're doing dubiously or they're doing it in a legal way. Of course, there are legal means with which you get wealth, but they are not comfortable. It's just like, okay, I have a family of 6. One makes it out of them and you just neglect the rest. I am telling you, it is the problem from those ones that will kill him at the end of the day.
Did you support anybody in the last election? Any presidential candidates?
Yes.
You supported them with the hope of... Why did you support them?
Well, I had the belief that, okay, he could perform something, he could contribute his own quota.
Do you think they have the values you speak of?
It's not really pronounced in them. I just sampled all these contestants. I just said, okay, there's a better devil.
So you think Nigeria contestants are all devils, but there could be a better devil?
You must come to equity, must come with clean hands.
So nobody in Nigeria that contested in the last election had a clean hand?
It's obvious. It's very, very obvious. Because we cannot say categorically, but we could say they've been indicted in one way or the other. Oh, can you tell me one out of the contestants that wasn't indicted in one way or the other?
I'm the one asking the question, so...
No. So just to make you understand that, okay, no one is... Before you can say this person is clean, then he must have been tried and vindicated that, okay, he doesn't fall short of these claims.
So when I say there's a fundamental problem, if among all the people that contested, we cannot find a clean person, the value you speak of, how do we get there? Is there a place, leadership place in all of this?
Well, I believe people change. That's where I would.
So we should just sit down and expect change for Nigeria.
We can't sit down. What you are doing now is a way of sampling people's opinion. At least in one way it could get to them and they could have everything in their closet.
Mr. Yoruba, thank you very much.